It is the best time of day, inasmuch as there is still sunlight, to take note of the damages provoked by the last floods that have eroded the small cement log lines and the weirs as well. A simple but quite clever device meant to distribute the available water rationally and with parsimony, so to reach the date and papaya plantations and the small fields and gardens that are located in the valley. But higher, with respect to the natural course of the stream, if this mechanism is hindered, the water is dispelled much earlier and the cultivations go to waste. We have supper with our Somali friends. It has been a while since the sun has set, therefore the fast imposed by the Ramadan can be broken. In the morning, the light and heat create the perfect conditions to continue with our reconnaissance and to find other reasons to fuel our bewilderment. We have baptized this place the Blue Lagoon, a lake in the inside of a calcium cove. Setting emotions aside, this water needs to be raised at least some 30 meters so that it can be effectively distributed in abundance to the population. But now the reservoirs appear not to be large enough in volume. It is needed that they be replaced with others of greater holding power. This is the oasis of Amayo, at the feet of a very high cliff. Here the water gushes unexpectedly in a small and stony spring. It flows out continuously, even if not in abundance. But it is possible, therefore, to program its use. The elders of the village have it all pre-established. When and how can the population get their water supply? Where can the animals drink? The turns in which small proprietors are to open simple sluices and irrigate their cultivations. The rhythm is harmonious. But it is necessary, however, not to let an excessive amount of water escape. In this occasion, the necessity to construct cisterns ever close to the valley prevails. It is mostly the inhabitants of the village who live at lower levels, in comparison to those areas closer to the source, that ask for this. And the costs can be contained thanks to the engagement of the people of the village. We wish to point out that a part of the cost of this operation, which has been around $6,000, is paid somehow by the local peoples involved in the program. True, workers have participated physically. They have also paid, have also invested around $1,000. Another elder man in the village offered us, as a sign of hospitality, the dates of his own production. The quality of these dates is extraordinary. He is the brother of a minister, and he has taken prestigious appointments upon his shoulders himself. He enjoys, naturally, a great deal of respect from the people. We now go down towards the ocean, heading southeast. Our destination is Bargal, an important fishing centre. Not to lose time, we are in a constant race against the sunset. We go to check out how the distribution of the water takes place. Also here, pumped from the springs. Everyone takes as much as they need, and they make their payment. There are also those who carry water for a living. They are mostly young boys coming from Tanzania. They have travelled north through the Kenyan and Somalian coastline in search of a dream. He wants to go to Dubai. And what is to happen in Dubai? Is it another phase of your life? He says that after going to Dubai, he will go to Europe. What does he expect to do in Europe? Why does he want to go there? Because all the countries of Europe, they are all so beautiful. At night, the elders drop by to pay us a visit. It is the first time in 15 years that they have seen such a numerous delegation of Italians. They recall a distant past when we were here to occupy their lands, when the king was forced to abandon his palace in Bargal, a long promise to a vague yet gracious scowl, to underline that Schaefer and Sorso have decided to intervene here or to respond to two problems, while the real issues amount to four. To substitute a generator dating from the 1980s, to provide a new and larger cistern, and to build two water fountains. With a smile, but firmly, they received their response, that it is the Mixed Technical Commission which is to decide on the priorities, taking into account what kind of money is available. Thus the two fountains, at the moment, must wait. This also helps to explain the presence of our video cameras. We are to document the cries of the Somalian people, so to facilitate the fundraising activities back in Italy. And yet another request emerges from the difficult conditions in which the locals are constrained to exercise their main activity: fishing. There is a small and light fleet actually actively engaged in this activity, and fishermen go into the sea with hundreds of meters of fishing strings, armed with hooks and bait, suited for the capture of tuna and sharks. The volume of the fishing could be great, but for one big problem. We have witnessed a scene that for us is truly indescribable, that is part, however, of the economy of this country. Here the fishermen are numerous, they work under no precise laws, not only to regulate work, but also to protect them by law. No one is ever told anything, like when and how to do their jobs, and they obviously end up following the laws of the market. Here, most notably, the market is made up by the countries of Asia, which, on top of everything, comes to fish on these seas with their vessels. Very powerful ships that use the technique which in Italy we call volante, or gliding. That is two ships working in parallel, extending huge nets, and using great engine power. Naturally they get all sorts of stuff, but this is not all. Since they also do night shifts, they swoop up local fishermen. Last year alone, there were 6 deaths here in Bagal, 6 fishermen who were lost, matter-of-factly, as they were swept by these ships that go by so fast. We must re-enter Bosaso, on the other oceanic side of the Puntland. We have learnt the art of patience and of the rational usage of time, and this way we were able to do everything we had to do, to look around, to meet new people, to document an incident that was caused by the real and evidently miscalculated risk. It is dawn. From the mosques we are caught by invitations to prayer, but this is really the last of the footage we are able to offer. We reach perhaps the most evocative oasis, some 30 kilometers away, Galgala, gathered in a plain which reaches 800 meters in height. Here too we have documented the needs which our mission was to put in evidence. But on our way back a few kilometers away from the village, we are jumped and assaulted by 5 very young and very agitated bandits, armed with rifles, handguns and bayonets. It is evidently an isolated case. The area is indeed calm, and the presence of Italians that work together with Somalian colleagues for a common goal is a consummated fact. We were deprived of the material which, to us, is most precious, the images of this extraordinary place and all our equipment. Only Giovanni was miraculously able to save the small digital camera by hiding it in a pocket in his shirt. That is why, thus, his are the only images of Galgala that we are able to present you with. They are enough, however, to show the richness of the fruit trees, the joy of the children as they dive into the pools where the harvest is gathered. Our unfortunate incident has constrained the NGOs that work in this area to suspend their activities until the local authorities have been able to guarantee for the security of the volunteers. Government, police forces and the very population, struck by this setback, committed themselves wholeheartedly and in silence to identify the thieves and to recover the material, and unexpectedly, after 2 months, a message from Bosaso informs us, to our joy, that a crackdown has taken place at night on a room and that the material has indeed been recovered. We would then find out that it had been badly damaged. But to us, the profuse efforts of our Somalian friends are enough. Now we can return smoothly to our work, but there is still much to be done.